joining me. My name is Jacques Brisset from Z-Band Technologies, and today I will be showing you how to complete the initial setup of the Z-RF Encode 001 QAM encoder modulator. To begin, please connect the Encode 001 either directly to your laptop or to your local area network using the 10100 utility RJ45 jack on the back of the unit. Please note, the Encode 001 ships with a static IP address of 10.1.10.200. You will need to configure your workstation's device to an IP address in that range to continue. If you are unfamiliar with this process, please watch my other video, Changing a Windows 7, 8, or 10 PC IP address. I have provided the link to that video below. Next, connect your source to the back of the unit using either an HDMI, component, or composite cable. In this tutorial, I have connected a media player to the back of the unit with an HDMI cable. These units ship with auto select for the video input enabled, so when I log into the user interface, it should already have recognized that I have an HDMI cable plugged in. Once this is complete, attach the power cube of the unit to the DC 12 volt connection on the back of the unit and to an electrical outlet. We are now ready to enter the GUI. Go ahead and open up any web browser, and in the URL bar, please type 10.1.10.200, and you see that it's asking for a username and password. The username is admin, all lowercase. The password is admin123 with a capital A. Hit enter. And it will take just a moment for this to load. As you can see, we open up to the overview screen. It has the general information for the device. The items in particular that I want you to look at here would be to look at what the initial channel is, or RF frequency, that this is being put out on, and ensure that this channel is open and available if you're inserting it into a current cable TV mix. I want you to look at the video source and ensure that whatever cabling you use for the back of the unit, whether it was HDMI, component, or composite, it did select the correct video source. So in our case, we used HDMI, HDMI came up, we're good to go. The last thing I want you to look at, this is just a quick possible troubleshooting, the status. Free run basically says that this is in the clear content that can be distributed without a problem. This should only come up as far as a status where it would say HDCP, which would be encrypted content, using an HDMI cable, but having content that is high definition encrypted content. Moving on, we'll go to the network setup. Here, the unit can be DHCP enabled. You'd select this box, save and confirm. Or you can change the static IP, enter the new IP address here, the subnet mask, and the default gateway. Save and confirm. Please note that if you change either one of these, you may have to go back into your workstation device and change the IP address so that you can recommunicate with the Encode 001. We'll go to the encoder setup next. We're going to start with the virtual channel number. Here you can see it says 102.1, which is the same as the RF channel under the Overview tab. What a virtual channel number is, however, is just the representation on the display of the television. So if I only have 10 programs that I want to show, maybe I'll make this channel 5. So when I turn to channel 5 on the display, it will be RF channel 102.1, but it will be channel 5 on the display. The short name of this device also pops up on the display. So, for example, if you have content for your sales team for sales figures, you could make the short name sales. And so when you turn the television to that channel, it will turn on channel 5 and it will say sales. You'll see that the video input was on auto detect, the audio input was on auto detect. They both worked correctly. Closed captioning is already enabled. And if you would need to, for some reason, you have, say you have an off-the-shelf media player, and you want to put some content, internally generated content out, but the media player may, for some reason, mistake it as encrypted content, you could select HDCP test mode, and that would allow that information to pass. Save and confirm. The final tab, the RF output setup, the only thing that you really need to be concerned about here is ensuring that the RF channel that you've selected is not overlapping a current RF channel being supplied by your cable or satellite TV provider, or that another modulator on the system is using. If you happen to have something on channel 102, then work with your provider or your integrator, find a channel that makes sense, select that, hit save and confirm, and you're just about done. The last thing before you leave here, you can back up and save your configuration. You can do firmware upgrades as needed. And to access the unit, we strongly advise changing the password. And that's it. Thank you for joining me today on another Z-band tutorial. Hopefully you found this video helpful, and if you'd like to learn more about our products, please visit www.z-band.com. Have a nice day.